Most of us like to stay in the comfort zone of our assumptions long after their sell by date is over. They have apparently served us well, and we tend to be drawn towards that comfortable space or position. Our confirmation bias feels like our safe signal, and it mostly guides us. I haven't met anyone who has not largely been guided by this. Naturally, that bias has been formed over time by specific situations that supported our remaining within our comfort zone. And thus we stay put there, even to the point of freezing into it, comfortably numb. Sounds complicated. Well, we humans like to complicate while believing we are keeping things simple. Many of us love to take up those 30-day challenges which seem to offer the excitement of a game while not really changing the status quo when it comes to the vitals in their own lives. Sometimes, however, these challenges do open up pathways to change in important areas of our functioning and can alter the ways in which we view and approach life. Returning to comfort zone and the circumstances that defined that zone for us, it's clearly something that made us feel safe and protected within that zone. Now look at a situation where this is no longer keeping us safe, indeed even the opposite, but we continue to hold on to it, to beliefs, practices, assumptions that all contribute to the comfortable feeling. And we close our minds to anything that challenges those assumptions. Staying forever in a space or position that once served us means we don't evolve. And all of us are familiar with the saying, grow or die. And here's what is coming up. Disturb the Comfortable, a workshop from SpiritSpiral Healing. We need to disturb and be disturbed, yet when we are disturbed, we need to calm ourselves and reach a place of balance. At this workshop, we have at hand the means to soothe and comfort. It is about easy ways, almost baby steps to stretch and ease ourselves out of our freeze and walk. Here's where your guide comes in. We keep sharp and potentially hurtful objects out of the way when a baby first starts to walk and occasionally sits down with a plonk, promptly puckering her face. We quickly dust her down and turn her frown into a smile just as she is on the verge of bawling. I share an anecdote of how my swimming coach found me thrashing about indefinitely in the shallows and unable to surge forward. "Come with me," he said, and I followed meekly, wondering what was going to happen next. He guided me to climb gently down into the pool at the deep end, with a promise that he would walk alongside and jump in should I feel overwhelmed at any point. I sallied forth, feeling the joy of being buoyed up by the water, being held by it, and discovering a new dynamic comfortable, swimming from deep to shallow, and finally walking out of the pool, spluttering from the adventure and smiling with a sense of liberation from fear. Likewise, I will be by your side as you ease yourself out and take those steps on your own, going where you feel inclined to go, exploring. Maybe we could show each other new interesting paths to navigate, gently, just as I was motivated to climb down into the silken deep green water and not hurled into the pool by force. In case you're still wondering what this is about, I'll give you an instance of how I once helped a person to come out of their monolingual space of comfort, talking their way through the fears, inhibitions, and imperatives that kept them confined therein. And that person was happily expressing themselves in a new language. It can be more complex than this, but of that another time. Meanwhile, watch for announcements.